You feel stuck in life. You keep living the same day over and over again, not making any significant progress. But luckily, there's a cure to this. And if you understand this one rule, you'll be able to become the best version of yourself. It's called the compound effect. The compound effect is where you do the same task every day, and over time, as time goes on, you get more and more results from that same task. Let's say you're writing a book. If you were to write one page every day, but by the time a year goes by, you'll have almost 2 full books written. So there are 4 main parts to the compound effect. 4 ways that you can maximize its results. The first one being small daily habits. Everyone thinks that it takes these big drastic changes in your life to get any kind of results. But that's not true. You just have to do the small habits consistently every single day. And over time, those build up on top of each other and you get more results. I'm going to explain it with fitness. Say you want to start going to the gym and lifting weights. You don't have to immediately go in and put your full effort into it and lift these very heavy weights that you can't handle yet. The better way to do it is you improve one thing every time you go. So say you try out a different exercise. You can improve a meal in your diet and make it healthier. You could try eating protein powder. You get 1% better every single day, rather than these massive changes, like completely changing your entire workout routine. Or say you're starting a business, you quit your job. You don't need to do stuff like that. While you're working your job, you start working on the business on the side and slowly improve it. And then eventually, when your business is good enough and it's making good income, you can quit your job. You don't have to make these big changes. You just take one step at a time. And it's really these small habits that make the most difference. Even though if you do them individually, nobody's going to notice. Like, if I was going to read for 10 minutes today, it's not going to make any difference really. Maybe I'll learn 1 new thing, maybe 2, but it won't make too much difference in my knowledge. But over time, if I'm reading 10 minutes every day, that compounds and I learn a lot. I become very smart. But the big problem with the compound effect is it's a double-edged sword. You can do good habits consistently and get good results, but it also applies to the bad habits. Say you watch an hour of TikTok every day. That compounds. And by the time a year's gone past, if you've just watched 1 hour a day, that's 365 hours of TikTok. It compounds very quickly. So you should be aiming to focus on the good habits rather than bad habits. Try and replace them so you get better results over time and you become a better person. You take one step closer to your dream life. Another example that shocked me is if you were to eat 1 chocolate bar, it won't make a difference, right? But if you were to eat 1 chocolate bar 5 days of the week, you would gain 10 kilos by the end of the year. It compounds very quickly and it makes a very big impact on your life. You become so much unhealthier. The second way to maximize the compound effect is to take 100% responsibility for everything in your life. That includes the good and the bad. So if something bad is happening in your life, if you're not completely satisfied with your life, then it's your responsibility to fix that, fix the problem. You can't be blaming other people for it. And even if it's really not your fault, you still have to take responsibility. Just try to think of a way that you could have caused it. An action that you took that led to that event happening. So if someone were to wrong you, try to think of bad things that you did to them in the past that maybe could have led to that happening. So you just take responsibility for everything, every single thing that happens. Not taking responsibility for everything will really hold you back, because these things that you don't take responsibility for, you don't have control over them, because in your eyes it was caused by an external source. Or a job that needs doing, you say, that's not my responsibility, I don't have to do that. But if you don't, it won't get done. so you need to do it. Number 3, track everything related to your goals. So say you want to improve your diet, get a diet tracking app called NutriCheck, which helps you basically track every single thing that you eat. I used to track every single hour of the day. I had this Google spreadsheet where I basically chart every single hour, whether I was productive or unproductive. This helps you to eliminate the things that you don't want in your life. So with your diet, say you're charting all the food you eat, that includes the bad foods that you're eating, the unhealthy snacks or the unhealthy meals. And you'll feel bad about that because you're charting these really unhealthy things when you're trying to improve your diet. You're basically just tracking and eliminating. And also with spending, if you want to go on a tight budget, improve your spending, stop wasting money, then create a Google spreadsheet. All of my expenses are on a spreadsheet, so I can see exactly where my money is going and I can limit those expenses in the future. It helps me be more responsible with my money. And the time chart, I became more responsible with my time. I became so much more productive. If we're thinking about getting 1% better every day, and you've got these bad habits that are decreasing the amount that you're improving, then we need to get rid of those, as many as we can. Of course, you're going to keep some bad habits, like I watch just random YouTube videos sometimes, not always educational videos. So that's still dragging me down slightly, but I'm improving so much more because I'm doing so many more healthy things that are increasing my value, basically. Increasing my quality of life through my diet, my fitness, my work. So you're just trying to improve one thing at a time, and you're limiting the things that are pulling you down, like crabs in a bucket, and they're pulling you down, stopping you from reaching your full potential. So try to eliminate as many bad habits as possible so that you can grow and become better. Number 4, carefully curate your brain input. So what does that mean? Everything you do or consume is influencing your brain. Basically, just if you input garbage into your brain, it's going to output garbage as well. So you want to input good things, like rather than watching TV shows and movies, you watch educational content, stuff that helps you learn and grow as a person. Because the things that you learn compound over time, and you become much more intelligent as you learn more. Obviously. Think of it this way. You are what you watch. Everything that you watch online is shaping your beliefs and your values and the way you talk. It impacts you and completely changes you. So you need to make sure you're getting good input so that your output can be better. And this also goes for the people that you surround yourself with. You've probably heard you are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. That's very true. If you take the 5 people you spend the most time with and just add them together into one person, that's pretty much you. I mean, of course you have your own interests and values as well, but you're more likely to have a certain interest or a certain value if you're friends with these certain types of people. So just ask yourself, do you want to be like your friends? Would you want to take their life and become them? Think about the path that they're on, where their destination is, where they're going to end up. Is that what you want? Do you want to live that life? If not, then maybe you should try to limit your interactions with them and spend more time with people who align with your values, the kind of person that you want to become. And that goes for the influencers you watch online as well. These parasocial relationships you have with, say, YouTubers. The things that they talk about, they shape your interests and your values. Like, I don't know if you've seen the state of politics on Twitter. These people, they're all talking to each other on this platform, and they're convincing themselves that everything they say is right, and they're basically deluding each other. That's why you see so many people with these crazy political beliefs. People are just so oblivious because they're spending time with people who are convincing them that they're right, even when they're just blatantly not. So everything you consume, the people you talk to, the creators you watch, it all programs your mind. It changes the way you think, you act, everything. So you need to increase the positive influences in your life and reduce the negative ones. If you know people who are doing loads of bad habits, then just stop talking to them. You don't want to be like them, so don't talk to them, and you won't become like them. So remember that rule: you are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Those 4 methods, along with compound interest, will completely change your life and help you take one step closer to your dream self every single day. So now it's time to take action on it. If you'd like help quitting some of your bad habits and replacing them with better ones, check out this video on your screen, where I'll help you go on a dopamine detox and explain the entire process for you. So thank you for watching this video. Goodbye.